Welcome back to The Joy of Vinyl. I'm Rick Coste. I'd like to start off by thanking anyone and everyone who commented on the video I released on reissues and some of the problems I've seen with quality. It's evident that others have too. And I wanted to take this opportunity not so much to double down, but to dial in on what my concern is and why I made that video and why I'm making this video. Yes, I do have concerns with the sound quality of some of the reissues being produced. Some are either poorly mastered, they're poorly remixed, or they use highly compressed digital sources that were leftovers from the loudness wars that were back in the 90s and early 2000s, and probably some can continue on until today. But all of that aside, the real opportunity here is when it comes to the physical quality of the product. And it is an opportunity. New records are being sent out that have warps, they have dimples, dust, fingerprints, and pressing problems. And that's unacceptable. Now, it's fair to say that maybe 50% of the new records I've purchased over the last 3 to 4 years, and I buy a lot of records, have at least one of these issues. Now, 50%, that's a big number, and it's a problem. For some who buy less than I do, the percentage might be even more. I buy vinyl records because I love the medium. Some of the records in the cabinets behind me back here, I bought over 40 years ago, and I can tell you why and when I bought each of them. They're attached to memories. So you can imagine how thrilled I am to see vinyl records enjoying a spike in growth. That spike means there's an increase in demand. It also means there is a lot of pressure being put on pressing plants to meet that demand. Jack White recently urged the major labels to open their own plants again. His company, Third Man Records, puts out some great high-quality records. Others do too. They fall into the that 50% of records that arrive at my door or that I buy in record stores that are pressed very well. The others? Well, the plants contracted by major labels to meet demand, the pressure is showing and the quality has dropped. And I get that the demands to meet quotas often results in ways to cut costs or even streamline processes. I mean, that's necessary because you want to get that product out the door. But the result has been an inferior product. And this is why it's a problem. And I'm speaking directly to those with poor quality control measures in place and to allow bad product to reach the hands of music lovers. We all want the industry to survive. We all want it to continue to grow. Now, if you look through some of the comments in that last video I mentioned, you'll see that some of the folks they've given up on vinyl because of bad product. A good many of these are young folks new to vinyl. Now, it's easy for them to go back to streaming music. You've just lost a customer willing to put money down to own the music they love instead of streaming it. They would have bought more. Now, this isn't the best analogy, but it's probably the best I can come up with on short notice. Let's say, instead of records, you're producing t-shirts. What do you think would happen if half of the t-shirts that you shipped out the door had holes in the sleeves or bad seams? People would stop buying them, right? Stores would stop ordering them because who wants a bad product? Those customers don't even have to purchase it first. All they have to do is pick it up, they can see the holes, they can see the bad seams, and then just toss it back on the shelf. Well, we'd all avoid that company. We'd talk about it. Bad news spreads and bad press results in a loss of customers. With new records, your customer doesn't have that luxury. It's sealed. It's a sealed record. They don't know how bad the product is until they get home and remove it from its sleeve. Well, what do you think they do then? Maybe return it? Maybe not. They may never buy one again. And I suspect there are many records that are never returned, or many bad products, bad records that are never returned because of the hassle. So you get to keep that money. But I also bet you've lost tens of thousands of customers because of it. And don't forget, records aren't cheap. In most cases, you're asking a music lover to spend 2 hours of their salary or more to gamble on a product that's sight unseen, only to get it home to be disappointed by bad quality. What should be an enjoyable experience has sent them back to their favorite streaming service for good. If you think cutting corners and bad products will continue to see profit and an appreciation of vinyl, you're wrong. There is an opportunity here. Man, it's wonderful that artists like Jack White, Taylor Swift, Metallica, Adele, and many others want the medium to survive. Now, if you own a pressing plant, I'm sure you also get into it because of a love for the medium. If you are one of those that are putting out quality records, thank you, really. For the others, do better.